Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Keelgottime video, and today, because Keel's got some time, we're going to be reacting to Gen Z's dating inflation crisis. Again, sorry for the slurred speech. Sorry for the puffy face. Yeah. Let go.
He's too short, he's too ugly, he's too fat. Oh, I like this one. No, I didn't mean to swipe. Oh well, I still got another 5,000 in my DMs to look through.
How did dad manage to get with someone like mom? That dude is ugly as fuck.
Hey, I like you. Let's get married and have kids together.
Okay, seeing as there is no other option for me in this small town, we shall get married and live the rest of our lives together happily ever after.
Why is it
So hard
to find someone?
Has anyone else noticed or felt that it's just been way harder to find a relationship? Like, why is it now you'll get a random video on your recommended of someone saying that they're a loser and that they've been lonely their entire life? I swear, this didn't used to happen. Didn't everyone meet someone in like middle school or something and then just get married and live the rest of their lives happily ever after together? I've noticed a trend lately of how a lot
Everyone knows that one couple, bro, that got together during school, still together, will probably always be together. For me, this couple are called Harry and Ellie. Harry and Ellie, bro. I don't know what. They must be still together. They must be, bro. They was solid. They was.
more people are saying that dating in today's age, like dating in Gen Z, is natural selection. Now, if you don't know what natural selection is, it's basically just survival of the fittest. I think the term natural selection here is not the correct term. I think the word that we're looking for is dating inflation, because it seems like now a lot of people have this conception that if you want to find a relationship now, you need to be like 6 feet tall, you need to have six-pack abs, you need to make 6 figures a year, and that's only to get your foot in the door. Don't even talk about actually maintaining it. Guys, don't give them the ick. Watch out, they're gonna get the ick and they're gonna get disgusted with you. I gave them the ick. Oh my gosh, guys, it's over. That relationship's dead. Now, I know it's funny to look at all these people doing all their Looksmaxxing stuff, making sure that they have a quintile tilts to their face, making sure that they're height maxing. I don't know, doing whatever random crap that they talk about in Looksmaxxing stuff. I know it's pretty funny to look and judge and laugh, but you can't help but think that there is some merit to that now. Because with the rise of the internet and everything, I'm sure we've all noticed that not too long ago, people were getting married and having very happy relationships together and staying together for many years. Some of them even the rest of their lives.
Back in the 80s, a lot of us got married at 20.
My grandparents on my mother's side of the family, my grandfather was telling me how he met my grandmother when they were both in middle school, and they're still together to this day over 50 years later. How often do you see that happening now? Like, you don't see that happening very often today, because with the rise of the internet, it really has made dating more superficial, especially with online dating and how that's the main way that people meet each other now. Most people meet each other today online. Like, rarely ever do people just make friends just from being in person now. That's just how it is. That's just the world. That's just how we've evolved to be, especially with dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, all of that. And so what is a common thing on dating apps? Men outnumber women 3 to 1. For every 3 men there are on a dating app, there's 1 woman. So what does this do? This means that there is a low shortage and a big demand. Supply and demand. The reality of dating apps is that guys really have it rough. Like, there is not a whole lot of action that goes on there. Even me, I would like to think that I'm a pretty decently attractive guy. The most matches I ever topped out was like 20. Like, I topped out at like 20 matches. But everyone has a different experience. For example, most of the time, a lot of us guys are lucky to get more than 3 matches, while a very select few are drowning in options. But if you've seen some of these guys' profiles, asking why they aren't getting any matches, sometimes the answer is just staring them right in the face. Now, I mean literally staring you down. People do notice this whether we want.
My experience with dating apps, flipping. Sorry,
Want to admit it or not. And nobody.
I just can't have that. No kid just staring at me when I'm talking about dating apps. Bro, when I was young, secondary school, year 7 probably. Year 7, year 8, and we was fucking about, me, Josh, Cameron. Josh made me a Tinder profile, deleted it like an hour after. I got, I think, 1 match. And then, but obviously that was just for fucking about shit. Then later on, a couple years later, when me and Cameron done the vlog channel, everything, We done another video. Let me not sure. We done another video where it was Keel makes a here it is. First one's to pop up. Keel tries to find love on Hinge. Keel makes a Hinge account. Don't ask why I'm wearing my shirt backwards. But yeah, so that was my second time ever using a dating app. But this was on some, again, joking around fuck shit, because it was for the video. Then what was we just watching? Okay. And then after that, which I deleted that account because there was just weird photos on there and just stupid texts and whatnot. You know, when you have to add the shit about yourself, like it was all just it's just some bullshit. Y'all can go watch that video if you want. But then, you know, I was speaking to my friend and he was talking about some, bro, just go on Hinge, because he met his girl, now girlfriend, on Hinge. And he was like, bro, use Hinge, man. Use Hinge, go on Hinge, like, blah, blah, blah. You'll find something. So I'm like, am I actually going to take this seriously? Okay, fuck it. We end up making an account for me. And I didn't know that you couldn't do this. But I put up there's a picture of me. And, like, I'm looking real fit, real good. But I got my shirt off. Obviously, I'm in Jamaica in the sun, on the water and shit. So I got my shirt off. And I put that up as one of the pictures. I think that's the reason that they took my account down. I think. But, yeah, so they took my account down. I tried to make a new one. It said, nah, you can't. Not with this number has been blocked or some shit. So I can't even make an account no more. And, yeah, that is it. That's been my experience with dating apps. I know y'all don't care, but yeah, I just thought I had to let that be known.
What's to be seen in that light?
I know people are gonna say, oh my god, you talk too much. Just play the damn video, bro. Why yapping so much? Oh my gosh, I had to click off so quick. How about fuck you? Oh, fuck you, yeah. If you want to watch the original video, it's right here, mate. Gen Z's dating inflation crisis. I don't want to see no comments about, you talk too much. Blah, 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 blah. Nigga, it's a reaction video. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want, when I want to, and for how long I want. So fuck you.
And that's where today's sponsor is here to help you out. Tej Hanley. They've got skincare systems just existing. 20% off. Oh yeah, but for women, they can just go on a dating app. Doesn't matter what they look like.
Here we used photos of a male model. Take a look, clearly good looking guy. And here is a girl who's clearly not so good looking. So we wanted to see which one of these will get more Tinder matches. The male model got 112 likes in 24 hours. Pretty good. Let's compare it to the not so attractive girl. She got 474 likes in the same time span in the same city.
You don't even have to be a girl. You can literally just be a full-on dude and then just label yourself as a female, and then your match is just 10x. On dating apps, if you have a vagina, then you're guaranteed to just fill out the like bar. It sounds so dumb when I say it, but this is true. There's been many There's been many experiments done on this exact thing to where it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter the looks. Any girl can get more matches than any guy, even like the sexiest man alive. You could put him on a dating app. A girl who just puts, who just puts like an ugly selfie of themselves would just outnumber them. They'll beat it every single time. And so basically what this does, this gives a false impression to where so many men will hop on Tinder, get no matches, and completely destroy their self-esteem, thinking they're ugly. You know, there's this whole thing going around about how like, oh my gosh, male loneliness epidemic, guys. Is the male loneliness epidemic real? Well, as a certified man myself, I can definitely guarantee that it is real to some extent, because it's no coincidence now that this generation is the loneliest we've ever been. Like more and more people now are more lonely. Like less people are going out, making connections and having friends, especially most guys in their dating life now. Now, yes, I know that doesn't mean it's like that for everyone. I know, guys, I'm not dumb. Not every single guy is lonely. I know that. I know, guys. I know. Leave me alone. Be quiet. Silence. Do not disrespect the goon god. But anyways, now with women having more options than they've ever had, it's gotten to a point to where it's basically just a game of pick and choose whoever you want.
Why did you cheat on me?
I was ovulating. You don't know women.
Yes, I know that women aren't the only ones that can cheat in relationships. Men are also very guilty of this too. There's even a whole
Boy, that'd be sick. Why you cheating? I was ovulating. Bro, what?
saying about how men are only as loyal as their options. But I personally think it goes both ways now. Basically meaning if you're in a relationship and this is the only person that has ever shown you attention in your life, chances are you're gonna be a very loyal partner. However, when you can open your phone and it's a game of pick me, I think you can see where this is going. You can be the most loyal person ever. Those people do exist, yes. But all it takes is one weak moment from one party for everything to start crashing down. Let's go back for example. So let's say back in the 80s, what were your dating options? Either a coworker or a longtime friend, or someone you met in school, or someone you met when you were in high school, or someone you met at church, someone that you met through a friend of a friend. Basically, if you lived in a small town or even a big town, your dating options were very limited. But now today, that's changed. To where what time in history have you ever been able to just look in your DMs and see so many guys just lining up to give you attention? And it's to a point now to where you can just pick and choose. Like, oh, this guy's too short. This one's too tall. Oh, this one's the right height, but he doesn't make enough money. He's ugly. This one's out of shape. Ooh, I like this one. Let's see how it goes. He gave me the ick. I'm not really feeling this one. Oh well, back to the DMs. There's definitely many ways the internet has benefited humanity for the better, but then there's also other instances like this to where it's really just screwed over everyone.
Man, I want to find love, but I don't know where to start.
Why don't you try out Tinder or Bumble? You're a pretty decent looking guy, so I don't think you'd have any issue.
Wow, it's been a whole month and I still have 0 matches. I must be ugly then. Maybe I'm just meant to be alone.
Damn! Bro, this is exactly how I thought it was gonna be for me. This is exactly how I thought it was gonna end. I mean, I didn't even get the chance to try. But, this is how I thought it would be, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm a dark-skinned 5'5", broke nigga. What girl is gonna want me, fam? What girl is gonna want me when they can swipe through however unlimited whatnot? Bro, I was fuming before I even made the account.
Whereas most guys, we do not have that as a luxury to us at all. Unless you're like super good looking, you make all this money, oh for fuck, you're super tall, you're in shape, and yeah, you know, you got all these options. But for most guys, it's definitely a challenge now because it's a very different landscape than what it's ever been. I kid you not, so I was talking to this girl once, and I'd like to think that I'm in pretty good shape. Like, I have abs. They aren't defined right now because I'm bulking, but they are there. But apparently, that's not enough anymore. You know, things were spicing up in those DMs, nothing crazy, but the conversation was drifting in that direction. And she wanted to see more. So I sent that photo, and I got blocked. Like, excuse me, wasn't this physique?
Yeah.
Wanted to see more. So I sent that photo.
You can't. You can't. Damn! Bro! If you know that your abs aren't there yet, bro, you gotta tense to the max. You gotta be leaning back, like, to the side of it. Make your shit look smaller. Like, you gotta really engage that core, bro. None of this soft belly love handle shit. Damn! Bro, what?
Photo, and
no
I
wonder
got
she blocked you.
Like, excuse me, wasn't this physique seen as one of the best in the world in the early 2000s? But then it hit me. Because everyone now is constantly being exposed to the best of the best online, it gives a false impression of what everyone's day-to-day looks like. Basically what I'm saying is, because the algorithm promotes the extremes, like how on TikTok you'll see a random video of someone that most people wouldn't say is the most beautiful person in the world, just to scroll down and see the complete opposite, to where it becomes so normalized that people think this is just how everyone looks.
looks.
The amount of attractive women versus the amount of attractive men per capita is embarrassing.
My math isn't mathing, so where are all the men? Because they must be here.
People would like to think that dating is very equal. You know, people date on their level. Like, for example, if let's say you're like a 6 out of 10 in terms of looks. See, I don't like describing people in that way in terms of just being a number, but it's the best way to understand it. I can say a number of what anyone is. Imagine someone who's 7 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10. You immediately have a picture in your mind of what that looks like to you. So imagine someone who is a 6 out of 10. They would also get with someone who is also a 6 out of 10. But you see, society now with the internet and everything, it has gotten to a point where that is not the case anymore. That is not how it works.
This is how bars and dating apps work, and this is how tight-knit communities.
Wow. It's that deep. It's that deep. People are like really. Oh wow. Okay.
People like each other.
Credit at home math.
More, especially women liking men.
Guys typically have to date downwards, and women like to date upwards. And honestly, can you blame them? You know, if you had all these options, like guys, come on, let's be honest here. If you had all these options, let's say you had 100 people, and you got to choose whichever one you wanted to be your partner. Obviously, you're gonna go for the most attractive one with the best personality. Like, that's just how it is. That's just life. That's how the world works. Or also another term called hypergamy, meaning you go for your best option. That's why you see a lot of now. Why people get cheated on a lot now. Like, why cheating is so widespread today is because of this exact thing. It's because people have been given the option now to get with whoever they want. Women have more options than ever. So who's to say, you know, getting with this guy, it's like, yeah, you know, he treats me really good. This other person just hit me up and they're so much more attractive. That's what it's gotten to now. To whereas back in the day, I say back in the day, like 20 years ago, not even like 10 or 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this didn't happen as much. You didn't have hundreds of people lining up just to get your attention. This is why old people are in happy relationships, why they seem to be more happy and more satisfied than us, because they've gotten with one person that they liked. Every time they've had an argument, they didn't just separate immediately just on that. They worked things out together. They worked it out, worked out their differences, and their bond grew stronger. That is not very common now in most relationships. Most relationships, not all relationships, but most relationships now, whenever there's something that goes wrong, people just separate immediately. Like, okay, I don't like you anymore. Fine, so be it. It's also a double-edged sword too, because most old people are not familiar with how to use the internet. It's kind of like a natural guard against it. It's like they don't know how to use the internet, so they don't know how to get on Tinder and then see all these options. So boom, they are locked in. They love their husband and wife and they're together forever. Kind of sad how that's like actually the reality. Because of all this, you see the rise of all these weird communities, you say. A lot of people like to call them the incel communities, where you have people who are so convinced that if you weren't born a certain way, then there's no point of even trying. You weren't born 6'4", you're not attractive, you're ugly, there's nothing you can do to fix that. So therefore, you're screwed. You should never try. These are called the black pill communities, and you should never go there because it's very sad. But then this also spawned a completely different community entirely, one that you might have heard of before. Looksmaxxing, trying to get better, trying to better themselves to look better for the opposite gender so that they can get a partner, which is not a bad thing. It's a very normal thing to do. A lot of people go to the gym for this exact reason, so they can look better to, you know, possibly have more dating opportunities, more relationship opportunities. But some people take these communities to the extreme. They focus on the most minute details that do not matter at all. Like, yes, looks do matter. We all know this to be true. People will treat you differently based on how you look. Even me, you clicked on this video, you saw my appearance, and you came to some sort of conclusion about me. Whether it was good or bad, anything. You made a judgment on me based on how I looked within the first 5 seconds of this video. And everyone does that. That's human nature. We naturally compare ourselves to everyone. Fixating on looks to the extent to where you worry about the way that your eyes tilt or something is really dumb, because that does not matter. In my experience in different relationships in the past, that does not freaking matter at all. To the points where we have people ruining their lives with plastic surgery, all in the name of looking better. But really what they're forgetting, maybe it's not the looks that...
Is that a real individual?
Damn!
Gosh.
Surgery, all in the name of looking better. But really what they're forgetting, maybe it's not the looks that's holding them back. Maybe it's just their personality. Do some people ever think for a second that maybe they just suck to talk to? Looks can get you in the door, but if you're like talking to a brick wall, then it's only gonna last for so long. But despite everything I've said, dating is not over. It's definitely not dead. A lot of people think now that dating is just over, that it's dead, is that only survival of the fittest, only the people that are the most attractive, 6 feet tall, 6'5", figures, 6 inches in a different area, you know where. That's the only way to get a relationship now. But that is just not true. I myself am a short dude by most people's standards. Like, I am not tall at all. I'm a whopping 5'6", 5'7" with certain
Nigga taller than me.
shoes on, actually. I know, guys, I'm so tall. I could have very easily fell into this mentality of I'm not good enough, therefore I will never be good enough, and there's nothing that I can do to better myself, to give myself better odds. But I didn't do that. When you're an adult, nobody's gonna come and save you. Nobody cares enough about you to come and fix your problems, because everyone has their own issues that they're dealing with. So therefore, it is up to you to pick yourself back up and try again.
Yes, in a lot of ways, the internet and online has benefited us overall in terms of access to information and education, but one common consensus that most people have come to is that the internet has overall screwed a lot of people over when it comes to dating, especially for the average man. But there's always one thing I see people miss most commonly, and that's the fact that most people are not ugly or screwed, you could say, with very few exceptions. All it takes is just a little bit of effort in the areas that matter the most, especially in your appearance. Take this video for example. Here's a guy that most people would say is average looking. You know, typical dating life of someone in the modern day, where he hadn't been on a date in over 5 years and had never really approached anyone. But all it took for him was a good haircut, a change of clothes,
It's gonna be for more like a night out scene though. Or like if you're like a day bar.
and better photos of himself. And boom, he had so many matches that he straight up just forgot to respond to most of them.
Like how I honestly check because
You're too busy. Because you're too busy.
Okay, but that's just one example. Let's say you were really short. Is dating truly just over for you? No, here's someone who's 5'2" making it work for him. Life is unfair, yes. Certain people have it easier than others, and the dating market has inflated. So yeah, I can see the argument that Gen Z dating is natural selection, but I think the term dating inflation is more accurate here. Because people that didn't seem to have any issues with their dating life many years ago are now really struggling in today's market. However, there is one thing that life does give you here, and that's the chance to do better. Not everyone can be a 10 out of 10. I'm certainly not one, but everyone can improve. Another thing that I constantly see people forgetting is that looks and personality are subjective. You will be viewed differently by everyone you meet. It's like how you'll see someone online and go to the comments and there will be some people arguing how this person is mid, while others think this is the most beautiful person they've ever seen. The same goes for you. Who's to say there isn't someone out there that will see you in this way? Because there is. You just haven't met them yet. Or if you already have, then congratulations. Now, if you're someone that is completely against dating apps, then that's perfectly fine. You don't need to use them. What I'm getting at here is it's possible to use dating apps as a way to help your dating life or make it more convenient when done the correct way, but you don't need to use them. Relationships work the best when you're with someone who has the same interests as you. Well, duh. And there are many different ways you can meet new people with those same interests as you. I don't know, let's say you're a big D&D nerd. There are places that host events for that all the time. Or maybe you want a more aesthetic coffee shop vibe. There are plenty of those places with people you could strike up a conversation with. Or you could go to conventions. There's plenty of people there that are passionate about whatever that one thing is. And also a great place to make new friends. Or maybe you could strike up a conversation with someone. Heck, you could even look up speed dating events in your town. But the biggest problem that people are having is that they don't try. You can sit there and take in all the advice in the world, but if you just don't do anything with it, then nothing is going to change.
There's a different way to this that people are just not talking about. Life is like a game. You can either sit there and complain about it, or you can play the game and win. You can actually take the time to improve yourself, learn new skills, learn better social skills, get better at talking to people, make yourself more attractive, find out different ways to style your hair, lose body fat. Oh, look, all of a sudden now you're more attractive. People want to date you now.
I don't think it's ever that deep, but y'all let me know what you think down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that. 2 videos dropping every single day, 5:15 UK time. So make sure you pull up tomorrow because I'll see you then. And yeah, peace and prosperity. I'm gone.